Democratic Governor Tony Evers is being challenged by Republican business executive Tim Michels. Neither candidate would agree to a television debate on WISN.
Michels' campaign never even responded to multiple offers from 12 News for a sit-down conversation. Jaron is back with us again.
Joyce and Matt, we gathered what we could from pre-primary interviews and some public events. Here's what we know about Michels' stance on some of the key issues facing voters.
It's an important issue.
Republican Tim Michels telling the Milwaukee Rotary in October that the biggest issue in the upcoming election is inflation.
We're going to make Wisconsin open for business.
Michels pointing to his business background as why he's the best candidate to help families across the state during a time when costs for just about everything is at record highs.
What can I do as governor? All I can do is put more money in people's pockets. And that's what we're going to do through our massive tax reform here in the state of Wisconsin. If people have more money in their pocket, they're going to spend that money on more goods and services. They're going to buy more washers and dryers or, Harley Davidson motorcycles. And that will help stimulate our economy. That's how we will get more tax revenue in, is by having an even stronger economy right now. And on that note, we need to get more people back to work.
Michels says part of his plan to bring Wisconsin families some relief is lowering the state's income tax.
We have this nearly $6 billion budget surplus right now. That means you're overtaxed. We're going to do massive tax reform in Wisconsin. Right now, income tax for most people is 7.65%. We've done some quick math. We think we can get it down below 5%. Now, we don't have to invent the wheel here. We can see what works in other states. We can see what works in Texas and Florida and Tennessee, other states, and we can make Wisconsin more competitive. Not just more competitive for businesses, but more competitive for young talent.
Another issue facing voters, abortion. Right now, Wisconsin's 1849 near-total abortion ban is in effect after the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade in June. Here's what Michels told 12 News' Matt Smith in June ahead of the primary election.
In my book, there's two victims when you have an abortion. There's the unborn baby, and then there's the mother, the recent mother, that's going to have to carry that emotional baggage the rest of her life. And science has proven that that's the case. The 1849 law is an exact mirror of my position, and my position is an exact mirror of the 1849 law as well, which has an exception for life of the mother.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct.
Standing by his position during our town hall in August.
I'm pro-life as well. Make no apologies for that. It comes from my faith.
But in October, he walked back on exceptions.
I have said that if the legislature puts a bill on my desk and in it is an exception for rape and incest, that I would sign that. Why is that? I'm not an authoritarian governor. I'm a governor who is common sense, who listens to the people. And the legislature is the representation, the representatives of the people. So if that's what the legislature puts on my desk, I will sign that.
Michels also says if he wins the election, looking back to 2020's presidential results isn't out of the question.
Would you sign legislation that would attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 election?
Republicans, independents, Democrats, I'm really fired up about this. When I'm sworn in January, it's 8 months from now, I will look at all the evidence and everything will be on the table. I'll make the right decision.
When it comes to crime,
I am going to back the blue. I am going to stand with the men and women of law enforcement. And these catch and release DAs that are letting these bad guys out on the street the next day, like Darrell Brooks, I'm going to get rid of them. We're going to replace them. We will have rule of law once again in the state of Wisconsin.
Michels saying guns can't be the only blame for the issue of increasing violence.
Guns haven't changed over the last 40, 50 years. Society has changed. People have changed. That's what I'm going to do as governor. I'm going to get crime down. I'm going to change the attitude about crime. And young men and women that are wired, if you will, to go into law enforcement. And right now there's a lot of recruiting challenges out there in law enforcement. But they're wired and they want to become a cop. They're going to see that green light go on.
We hope hearing the candidates in their own words helps you as you prepare to cast your ballot.
Please visit the commitment page on WISN.com for other vital election information, including where to vote. We thank you for sharing this time with us.
Watch the results with us right here on WISN 12 as ballots are tabulated across the state. It all happens next Tuesday. Until then, good night.